Are you bored with your frozen food? Do you feel like you can just bring it up to the next level? Well, if that's something you're interested in, then stay tuned and watch this video and how I take my frozen food and elevate it with just a few fresh ingredients. In this video, I'm going to be making your classic staple spaghetti and meatball dinner with bread and a caprese salad. Now, I just Googled whether or not it's better to put salt in your water before or after you boil your pasta, and alongside with my mother, we both found out that it's better to add salt after your water's boiling. But because I'm a little bit lazy, I like to do it before. After preheating my oven, I'm gonna put meatballs in a pot, and then I will let that simmer in the pasta sauce on the stove while I get everything else done. This is the brand that I buy. It's from Aldi, and you're about to watch me struggle open this jar because I have the weakest hands, and my husband is not around to use his man strength. After pouring it in, I will add a little bit of water. This is a trick I do. I don't add a ton of water because I don't want my meatballs to fall apart, but I will add a tiny bit of water just to get the sides of that jar and pour whatever leftover sauce into the pot. Then I give everything a good stir and leave my pot on a simmer so I don't have to worry about burning anything. Next up is the caprese salad, and don't come at me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm not Italian. I like cutting up my salad into smaller pieces. Just makes it fun for us. Don't have anything else deeper or more profound than that. Straight up, I like little bite-sized pieces. All the ingredients I'm using in this video are mostly store-bought. So this mozzarella cheese is Galbani. I am pretty sure that you can find it in most stores. Then again, I do live on the East Coast, so maybe it's more accessible in New Jersey, but I'm pretty sure that you can find some sort of packaged mozzarella cheese that can be cut up and put into your salad. I will save about half of it for my eldest son, who likes to just have sliced mozzarella with his spaghetti and meatball dinners. Something that I learned a while ago from my parents when they went on a food retreat in Switzerland, which sounds way cooler than it really was. I actually thought that they were in the Swiss Alps with monks learning about food, but it turns out they were in a really nice hotel, still learning very profound things about food, but not to the dramatic scene that I was picturing in my head. But what they learned is that we eat with our five senses, which sounds like basic common sense, but I don't think people really reflect on that when we eat our meals. We look at our food and the colors of it, we smell our food, we touch our food, we can even hear our food, whether that's a sizzle from a plate or a drink being poured. And these things are very important when we consume food. So I like to try to take that and apply it to even frozen food, which I think we can do. Sure, it's not the freshest thing that was just plucked from a garden or, fresh from a farmer's market, but it's something that we can still apply to frozen food and elevate that food by just adding a few extra fresh items. I grew up in New York near CIA, and if many of you do not know what CIA stands for in New York, that stands for Culinary Institute of America. I did not study there. If you are the one who is responsible for your family's dinners and you're feeling guilty about the fact that they maybe are not at the quality you want them to be, or because it is another boxed dinner, frozen meal, please do not beat yourself up about it. There are different seasons in our lives, and right now, if you are in that season of semi-homemade, that is okay. I would encourage you to try to elevate it. I will encourage you to try to add fresh ingredients to it. And then down the road, when the time is right and you can move on to the next thing for your family, then so be it. Next thing I do is I will pour in my extra virgin olive oil. I will put salt and pepper in it because my husband and I prefer to dip our bread into oil. If you haven't done it, try it. It's so amazing. If you like butter, go for the butter. But I'm telling you, bread dipped in olive oil, that's fancy pants Olive Garden right there. Okay? I don't even know if Olive Garden does it, but I will frequently go back and check on my meatballs just to make sure the sauce is not burning. But it's on a simmer, so I don't normally have to worry about that. Next, I'm grabbing my quote-unquote fresh bread. Yep, this is it. Isn't she so pretty? She's also from Aldi. And we're gonna bake her. I'm not sure why I'm referring to this bread as her, but yeah, she's going in, y'all. Shock my pasta, which just basically means I run cold water on it when it's done cooking. I know that's not the official CIA way, but I do it because I don't want my pasta to continue to cook once it goes back in my hot pot, because that's usually where I place it. So these are all the steps that I take to make my fancy frozen dinners. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. And here's the final result.